Hi, this is Karen. I'm with inspiredbygraham.com. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be using the Ornate Garden Designer Series paper to create this beautiful happy birthday card. It uses the 4 petal flower punch, which is retiring, and it uses the terracotta tile ribbon that will be in the 2021, that's really hard to say, catalog from Stampin' Up. So let's get started creating the card. We will need, I've got all my little pieces here, lots of small pieces as well. Okay, we have our Whisper White envelope. We have a 1/2 inch gold foil circle. We have a strip of Whisper White cardstock that's a 1/2 inch by maybe 3 inches, just a scrap. I've got 2 of the 4 petal flowers. I've got about 3 inches of that terracotta tile ribbon. The Ornate Garden Designer Series paper is 2-sided. I'm going to use a flower pattern, and this is cut 1.5 inches by 5 1/4, or excuse me, yeah, 5 1/4. And then you have a mint macaron panel that's 4 by 5 1/4, and I used the Scripty embossing folder ahead of time with a Big Shot, but any embossing folder that coordinates will do. Our card base is mint macaron, and it's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 and scored at 4 1/4. And I also have a piece of Whisper White, which is 4 by 5 1/4, and a small strip of that Ornate Garden Designer Series paper that we'll put at the bottom, a 1/2 inch by 4. All right, so let's get started creating the card. Let's just put this on. It's very simple. I'm just going to add my snail adhesive to the back side, and then I'm just going to put it down to the bottom, just about 1/8 of an inch of Whisper White showing at the bottom. If your Designer Series paper runs over a little bit, you can use your paper snips to just trim it off. All right, so now this piece is going to get adhered to the inside of the card. And make sure your card is opening the correct way. And a 1/4 of an inch border on all 4 sides. The script embossed paper here that's mint macaron will get adhered to the front of the card. You just need to make sure which direction the script is going. You want to make sure it's in the correct direction. Sometimes it's very hard to see that script after it's been embossed. It's just a very light embossed look, but it does give some texture to your panel. All right, so now this is going to get adhered to the card front. Like I said, this is a super easy card any stamper could do. So I was just looking at the pattern to see what direction I like it to go, and I'm adhering it a 1/4 of an inch from the left side. Okay, now I'm going to take my terracotta tile ribbon, and I'm going to create a bow, or basically a ribbon. Just a little fancy ribbon there, just so it's crossing. Okay, so now I'm going to take some tear tape, and I'm going to adhere it to the top of that ribbon there. Just because our flower is going to go on top of there, and you need something really, really sticky. If you don't, then that flower is going to come off. I did find that out the hard way. All right, so let's stamp. I've got terracotta tile ink, and I have Happy Birthday from the Timeless Tulips stamp set that came from the mini catalog. And I'm just going to stamp it straight down, just like that. Very pretty cursive font. All right, so now let's build the flower. You're going to need your bone folder, and I'm just going to curl the petals up just to give it some character and some life. All right, so now you're going to need a glue dot. And I'm just going to put it on the back side. Now I'm going to put this so that they're going not the same direction going up, but actually reversed. So the bottom petal's going down and the top one is coming up. And I'm just going to squish that together. I'm going to take that 1/2 inch gold foil circle, add a glue dot, add it to the middle, and I have the gold faceted gems, the beautiful gold faceted gems that are going to be in the new catalog coming up in June. I'm just going to take one using my take your pick tool. I'm going to add it to the center. Okay, so now I'm going to take, you can either put this on now so it's not so high, or you can add a dimensional, whatever you prefer. I'm just going to add it down, and I'll show you the difference because the other one has a dimensional underneath it. Some people might not like that height to mail it. It's all depends on what you prefer. So now I'm just going to angle cut this. I'm going to cut this off to the left. I'm going to add my snail adhesive to the back of that banner. Like I said, this is a super easy card. And I'm just going to tuck it underneath that petal just a little bit and straight across. All right, there you have it. Here's your happy birthday card using the Ornate Garden Designer Series paper and the 4-petal flower, which is retiring. And if you want to purchase this, you should head over to my site, inspiredbygraham.com, at your earliest convenience, or else you have a chance of having it sold out. So here's the card we made on camera. Here's the one. This one is popped up with the dimensional, and I used on this one early espresso ink that takes from the border of the flowers and leaves. And here's the other one that I made too. And I just forgot something. I didn't add the gold faceted gems, the 3. So let's quickly do that. I like to add 2 down at the bottom. This just sets this card off so much more, as you can see. There we go. So here's the one we made, and here's the one that's popped up with a dimensional, and here's one with the early espresso ink. So I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something new. For all your Stampin' needs, you can visit me at inspiredbygraham.com. Thanks for watching.